Remember to listen to your body, so just take it at your own pace. If you are in the sunshine, enjoy the sunshine. If you're indoors, maybe you have the sun on you as well. Just really enjoying the weather today. Good morning, Kelly. Hello. All right, so I'm going to get started. We're going to start this morning's practice seated. So if it's comfortable for you to sit cross-legged, then please sit cross-legged. Maybe you prefer to have a block or something underneath you if the hips feel a little tight this morning. If cross legs isn't working out for you today, then just find any other position that feels good for you. Maybe you practice in lotus position. Maybe you prefer to sit on your knees or with the legs out in front. Just play around with what feels good for you. So together, let's just gently start to close down the eyes. Starting to ground the body into the practice. Sitting tall through your spine. Feeling your sit bones or your tailbone connect to the ground. Beginning to soften the muscles in your face. Relaxing the space between your eyebrows. Unclenching your jaw. Relaxing the muscles in your throat and in your chest. Maybe starting to feel the shoulders drop down away from your ears, finding that length through your neck. And as you start to find your practice, find your body on the mat, let's begin to connect to our breath. Noticing if your breath starts in your belly this morning, or maybe you've been already quite busy and productive for Sunday, so the breath is stuck a little in the chest. So maybe we can start to drop it down into your belly. Always the option to rest one or both hands on the belly, encouraging your breath into your hands if that feels more comfortable for you. And as we begin to breathe ourselves a little deeper into the practice, notice how you feel today. It's the end of the week. Maybe you feel quite tired. Maybe you've rested this weekend, so you feel quite energized. Maybe you feel happy with the sunshine on your body. Maybe you're feeling a little low today. Just tuning in to how your body feels, how you feel, and allowing that to be a start point for our practice today. I'll invite you, if you'd like to set an intention for your practice. But remembering to move through your practice without any expectations. No expectations of what your body might achieve, how you might feel, or anything from the practice itself. Reminding yourself always it's just a practice. Together, let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose to your belly. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And again, deep breath in through your nose to your belly. Exhale through the mouth to let it go. And one more time, nice deep breath in through the nose to the belly. And exhale to let it go. Keeping your eyes closed, gently start to drop your chin towards your chest, starting to find space in the back of the neck. An option to keep your eyes closed here, or maybe starting to blink your eyes open, just gently allowing your gaze to focus down towards the ground or your feet, wherever you can see. And let's start to mobilize the neck. So gently rolling the ears to the shoulders, just taking it nice and easy. Rolling the right ear to the right shoulder and the left ear to the left shoulder. Just take it nice and slow, being mindful of the neck. Maybe even starting to feel a stretch into your shoulder blades. And the next time the chin drops down towards the chest, slowly start to bring the head back to center. If the eyes are closed, gently start to blink them open and give yourself a smile. And start to rotate the head. So gently beginning to look over the shoulder, bringing the head back to center and then turning it to the other side. So just really gently starting to mobilize the neck. This is where we discover if we slept a little bit dodgy last night. Just notice how the neck feels. If you've just joined us, good morning. Please remember to listen to your body throughout the practice today, just modifying as we go. One more time, each side. And then slowly start to bring the head back to center. Let's start to mobilize the shoulders, fingertips to the ground, sitting tall through your spine, and really press down into your sit bones. Inhale, taking the arms to the sky, look up towards the hands, palms together. Exhale, hands to center and Jali Mudra. Inhale, take it up towards the sky. Exhale, hands down towards the heart. Two more like that. Nice deep breath in, look up, open the throat. Exhale, hands to heart. And one more time. Inhale, taking it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now rest the right hand onto the ground. Now I know Facebook mirrors me, so it might look like I'm doing the opposite to what I'm saying. So inhale, left arm towards the sky. Exhale, start to stretch overhead. As you find the peak of your stretch, allow the body to float around. Maybe the hand touches the ground. We're going to lift up the other side. So inhale, lift up through your right. Exhale, again, allow it to float forwards. Maybe the fingers sweep the ground. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, floating it forwards. Inhale, lift it up. And two more like that. Exhale, float forwards. Inhale to sweep it up. And exhale. Inhale, last side, lift up through that right side. Now slowly start to lift yourself up to center. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Inhale the left arm to the sky and push down into the knee now. As you exhale, really start to find that space through the left side. So taking a couple of breaths there into the left lung. Opening up the intercostal muscles between your ribs. Maybe you can lengthen the chin and turn to look underneath the arm if that feels good for you. And then inhale, lift. Exhale to release it down. Other side, left hand to the right knee. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale, find the length through the right side of the body, opening the chest. If it looks good, you can pull the chin away and then look up and underneath the arm. And inhale to lift, exhale, release it down. I'm just going to shift to the side now so you can see what I'm doing. Starting to mobilize the spine a bit more. So thinking about cat-cow that we'd usually do on our hands and knees. Interlock your fingers. Inhale, take the arms up towards the sky and really stretch up through the spine to ground the sit bones. Exhale, pull the belly in, hands in line with the belly. Rounding through the spine, open the shoulder blades. Inhale, when you're ready, take it up. Option to look up as well. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And two more like that. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, big stretch up. And exhale to round. Now inhale to lift. Exhale, release the hands down. Fingertips back behind you. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, push the heart forwards, tilt the head towards the sky. Maybe enjoy some sunshine on your face. Few big breaths here, beginning to open the chest, open the heart. And exhale, walking the hands in. Okay, we're going to roll forwards now onto the hands and knees. I'm trying to turn my plinky plonky music up. So hands and knees onto the ground nice and firmly. Press down to the tops of the feet and make sure your knees are aligned under your hip bones. Now, walk your hands a little further forward and a little tiny bit wider than your shoulders. We're going to start to draw some really big circles around here. to push back towards the hips and start to push forward towards the shoulders, keeping the elbows soft and taking not to collapse the hips down. So still supporting with the abdominals. Just very gently starting to ease out any tension in the shoulders. You might get a few clicks and cracks and pops as things pop back into place. Just moving with the breath. And then taking it in the other direction. So starting to think about drawing those abdominals and ribs in towards your spine, making sure we protect the spine as we move. And last one now. And bringing yourself back to a tabletop position. So hands underneath your shoulders and spread through your fingers so you can squeeze the ground and activate your whole shoulder. Now tuck your toes underneath you, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, can you hover the knees off the ground just for a moment, looking over the edge of the mat. So starting to feel a bit of heat moving up through the arms and through the legs. And then exhale, release the knees down, release the feet, and just give them a little wiggle around, starting to warm up through the feet and the ankles a bit. And again, tucking your toes. As you inhale, draw the abdominals and the ribs in and lift the knees off the ground. Now this time option to stay here, or you can step back, right foot, right foot in, left side, step it back, right foot, right knee, and left knee. And then slowly again start to lower the knees down. Take the knees out wide, big toes together, let's move down into child's pose, Balasana. So maybe pushing up onto the fingertips and finding a little bit of movement first. If it feels better for you to draw the knees together, then listen to your body drawing the knees together. And now for a moment, resting the head down onto the ground or maybe onto a block or onto your hands if that's more comfortable for you. Take in a few breaths here, just noticing any shift of energy you might already feel through the body. Remembering child's pose is your best friend, coming down here to rest whenever you need to through your practice. And now taking a nice deep breath in, bringing yourself back into your tabletop position, starting to warm up the hips a little more now. Take a nice deep breath in and start to lift your left knee up in line with the hip and then exhale to release it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Pull up those arms nice and strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Now, push the foot towards the sky. We're going to start to circle the hips. Open the knee out. Draw the knee towards the elbow and then drop the knee towards the ground. So drawing a big circle with the hip. If it feels really weird, you're probably doing it right. And take that one more time. And release it down. Right side now. So inhale, lift the knee to the side. Exhale, bring it down. Try to pull up the arms so we don't collapse. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Now lift up from the foot. Exhale, open the knee. Draw the knee towards the elbow and then drop it towards the ground. So nice big circle, opening up the hips. Don't know about you, but mine are crunching away. My hips have got the Sunday feeling. One more time, and then releasing it down to the ground. Now take your right hand a little further forwards than your face and your shoulder. Bring it to the center of the mat. Rotate your right foot off of the mat and extend the left leg out. So coming into a supported side plank. That's your Siddhasana. Just taking a couple of breaths to start to feel the ground underneath you. Can you pick up the fingers and stretch the arm overhead? So take care not to open out the chest too much. Draw the ribs in towards the body. Option to stay here if this feels quite challenging, or as you exhale you can start to find a crunch, bringing the knee and the elbow towards each other to meet in the middle. So inhale, lengthen away, exhale, squeeze in. Inhale away, exhale, squeeze in. Inhale away, exhale in, and one more time. Inhale away, and exhale in, and then stretching all the way through the side body. Now press down into your right hand, start to lift yourself up, plant the left foot to the ground, hand or fingertips to the left shin, inhale up and over, find gate pose, Parigasana. It's a really nice long stretch there through the right side of the body now. Again, maybe turning to look underneath the arm. And inhale, lift. Exhale, bringing yourself back into that supported side plank. So option to stay here, or you can pick up your underneath leg, the right leg, step it down to the bottom of the mat, either spreading the feet for a little bit of balance there, or picking the left foot up and bringing it on top of the right. Vashisthasana, side plank. Just another couple of breaths. And then slowly we'll start to bring it down, finding your tabletop position. So let's take it on the other side. Let me just ping myself around. So bring the left hand now to the middle of the mat and slightly further forward. Rotate the left foot to the edge of the mat and extend your right leg to the bottom of the mat. And then take the right arm to the sky and find that supported plank. Just feeling the ground underneath you and then reaching up through the fingers and taking the right hand overhead. Hold it there. Drawing the belly and the ribs to your spine. Option to stay here, or as you exhale, crunch the knee and the elbow to meet in the middle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. And again, inhale, lengthen away. Exhale, squeeze. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. Now inhale away. Exhale, hold it there. Now as you inhale, push into your left hand. Lift it up, right hand or fingertips onto the shin and extend through the left side for gate pose. So really nice long stretch there through the left side of the body, maybe turning to look underneath the arm. Inhale, lift, exhale, slowly lower back down and come into your side plank. So option to stay here in the supported side plank, or if you want to, picking up, sending the foot to the bottom of the mat, or picking up your right foot on top of your left. So just playing around with that. See what works for you today, keeping your left elbow soft. Just a few breaths, starting to feel a bit of heat through the body. And then exhale, slowly start to bring yourself back down into your tabletop position. Thank you for the thumbs ups going up the screen. How you can do thumbs up and side plank, I don't know. So tucking your toes underneath you, sit back towards the heels of your feet just for a moment. So starting to open up the arches of your feet before we move into a few flowing standing postures. Taking a few big breaths. If the arches of the feet there do feel quite tight today, maybe bringing the forearms down to ease some body weight out of the feet. And now slowly releasing the feet again, giving them a little squeeze and a wiggle, a few circles through the ankles, getting them warmed up. Let's start to move into downward facing dog. So tucking the toes underneath you, spread through your fingers. As you inhale, draw the knees and the thighs towards your tummy and then push down with your hands into the ground to lift the hips towards the sky. Keep your knees soft, maybe step your feet out a bit wider than your hips if your hamstrings feel tight today, and always keep a gentle bend in the knees so you don't lock into the lower back. Now let's start to pedal through the feet, so bending one knee at a time, transferring the body weight, encouraging a bit more space through the back of the legs. Really staying focused on your breath. If you practice with Ujjayi breath, maybe feeling it start to deepen now. Let's give the head and the neck a nod and a shake. Opening up the vertebrae in the neck. And an option to stay here in downward facing dog, or press the hands firmly into the ground. Inhale to lift up the heels, and then exhale, plant the heels towards the ground. Again, inhale to lift, exhale to plant. Two more like that. Inhale to lift, exhale to plant. And one more time, inhale to lift, exhale to plant them down. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth to exhale. Now soften the knees down to the ground. Let's take a couple of breaths in child's pose before we really start to move. So again, resting the head onto the hands or a block if that feels better for you. Really starting to feel a shift of heat and energy now. Stay connected to your breath. Maybe coming back to any intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. And with your next inhalation, lifting up through the chest to walk the hands in, we're going to come back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to begin to move to the top of the mat. So keeping your knees soft, can you start to tiptoe your feet in as far as you can to meet your hands? If you prefer to stand up and step to the top of the mat, and please go ahead and do that. Option to rest your hands on blocks if you have them there, or just rest the hands on the shins. Thinking about lengthening your spine, so sending your heart forwards. Let's take a couple of breaths here in Uttanasana, feeling the hamstrings begin to open, feeling your belly press onto your thighs, a very gentle massage there into your digestive system, releasing tension from the kidneys. And now as you exhale, soften your knees and let's start to roll up to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. So stacking the spine as we roll, pressing down into the feet, shoulders down away from the ears. So whether you practice with the feet together or the feet underneath the hips, keep your knees soft so we don't push back into the knees and lock the lower back. Bring your fingertips onto your shoulders and just gently start to roll the shoulders, opening them up, drawing some nice big circles here. Elbows up towards the sky. And take it in the other direction, warming up the shoulder joints just a little more. And releasing the hands down, take a deep breath in. Exhale, interlock the fingers. Now keep those knees soft, but lift the hands up towards the sky and just very gently start to stretch from side to side. So you might find the side body feels a little warmer now. Just gently stretching out side to side. And the next time that you come back to centre, releasing the hands to the side of the body. So we're going to start to build up through a sun salutation now, just really nice and slow. Keep flowing with the body. If you need to rest, pop the knees on the ground and find child's pose, okay? So nice deep breath in, look up towards the hands, exhale, soft knees as you fold forward, hands towards the ground, your feet or your blocks. Inhale for a half lift, find space, so really lengthen through the spine, fingers can rest on the shins. Exhale, fold, soften the knees, start to roll yourself back up to stand. Inhale the arms up overhead, exhale the hands to heart centre. Again, inhale, taking it up, exhale, fold. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale to release it, soft knees, let's roll back up to stand. Inhale the arms up overhead, exhale hands to heart. And one more time, inhale taking it up, exhale fold. This time, inhale half lift, exhale step back right leg and find your variation of a lunge. So maybe the knee is down today, maybe it's lifted, whatever you prefer. We're going to stay here for a breath or two, allowing the hip and the thigh to begin to open. Keeping that spine long, thinking about length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Just checking that your knee and ankle are aligned so we're not reaching forward and putting pressure into the kneecap. As you exhale now, plant the hands on the ground, step back and find plank or half plank with the knees down if that feels better for you this morning. As you exhale, chaturanga on or off of your knees or just lower the belly all the way into the ground. Slide it forwards, let's find cobra or baby cobra, hands are in line with your ribs. And then releasing it down, push to your knees, tuck your toes and find downward facing dog. Soften the knees, roll the shoulders away from the ears and send your sit bones to the ground. So reaching the heels to the ground, keeping the knees soft and stepping your feet back a little if the heels already touch the ground. As you exhale, we're going to start to make our way to the top of the mat so you can start to tiptoe the feet forwards or stand up and bring yourself into a forward fold, your choice. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, create space through your spine. Exhale to release it, soften the knees and start to roll up to stand. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, take the arms towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this time step back on the left leg, high or low lunge, your choice. So finding that length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Making sure the right knee and ankle are aligned. Few deep breaths, option to use the blocks if you have blocks with you. And then plant down into your hands, step back and find plank or drop the knees down for half plank, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, on or off your knees or lower all the way down. Slide forwards, cobra or baby cobra, open up the heart. And then release it down, push to your knees and make your way into downward facing dog. Again, soft knees, sit bones reach up towards the sky. A few big breaths here, squeezing those ribs and belly in towards your spine to protect your back. And now as you exhale, begin to make your way to the top of the mat. Again, bringing yourself into your forward fold. So maybe resting the hands on the ground or on the blocks if you want to. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. Giving the head and the neck a little shake. Maybe interlocking the fingers and bringing the hands overhead if that feels good for you. And then slowly beginning to roll yourself up to stand wherever you are. So pressing down into the feet, beginning to roll yourself up through the spine. Shoulders down away from the ears. And find that length again from the crown of the head down to the tailbone, keeping the knees soft. This time, inhale, take the arms up, look towards the hands. Exhale, cactus arms. So spread through your fingers, lift up your heart, very gentle extension of the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Push down to the heels of the feet, lift up your toes. If your shoulders are tight, arms in line with your shoulders today, or if you have high blood pressure, please bring the hands out in front. Can you lift up your toes, push into the heels of the feet, and feel your quads and your glutes start to fire up to hold you here, Utkatasana, chair pose. Option to stay here, or if you're feeling a bit sassy this morning, maybe lift up the heels, push the body weight into the balls of the feet, but be mindful of your ankles. And if the heels are lifted, lowering them down to the ground. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, half lift, extend your spine. Exhale to release it, step back on your right leg. Again, your choice of a high or a low lunge now, so knee lifted or dropped. Left knee and ankle are aligned as you take the arms towards the sky. So guys, do be careful of this situation happening, so there's no pressure in the kneecap. Lift up through the lower back. So pulling your belly away from your thigh, really lifting through the spine. Now plant those feet firmly into the ground. Inhale, lift the fingers and the arms. Exhale, turn to your left side. Look to your left hand. Extend fingertip to fingertip. Inhale, lift. Exhale to your right side. Inhale, lift. Exhale to your left. Inhale to lift. And exhale to your right. Inhale to lift. Holding it here. Option. You can bring the right hand to the ground or onto a block and inhale the left arm up for rotation, hugging the left thigh in. If this feels really comfy for you, you can bring yourself into a prayer twist. So palms together, right elbow on the left knee. If the knee is dropped, option, you kind of lift it up. If this feels quite comfortable for you, option, you can really open up that twist. So bringing the right fingertips to the ground, left hand to the sky. So whatever's working out for you today. Really hugging the left thigh in towards the body. Looking up either to your left hand or your left elbow. Gently twisting the spine, twisting the digestive system. And then slowly start to release to bring yourself back to center. Bringing the feet now into warrior one. So plant your right foot down, taking the arms towards the sky. Tune in. Is your right hip opening out? Can we draw the hips to face forward? Are your right toes and knee facing the same direction? So take care of your kneecaps. Press into the outside edge of your right foot. Left knee over the left ankle. Lifting up through the spine, chin parallel to the ground. And exhale, hands down. Either step back into downward facing dog, or you can move through plank, chaturanga, cobra, and then into downward facing dog if you want to. So meeting in downward facing dog, however you want to get there, or taking child's pose if you need to rest. A few really big breaths here. And from downward facing dog, we'll make our way back to the top of the mat. If you prefer to stand up and step there, then do what works for you. Bringing ourselves into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for a half lift, find that leg through the spine. Exhale to release it, soften the knees and start to roll yourself up. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Don't know about you, but I am sweating already. So inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale again, cactus arms. Spread through the chest, spread your fingers, heart to the sky. Inhale to lift. Exhale, chair pose. Lift up your toes, push the body weight to the heels. Arms either in line with your shoulders or in line with the ears if the shoulders feel good. Really drawing up those toes so you feel your glutes and your quads work. Taking care not to tuck your tailbone underneath, but lengthen it away from you. Option again, you can lift up onto your heels if you want to, being mindful of your ankles. Just see what feels good for you today. I don't know if this ever feels good, but you know what I mean. If the heels are lifted, drop them back down. Let's exhale all together, hands to the ground or onto your blocks, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, lengthen that spine. Exhale to release and take the left leg back into a lunge now. So either keep the knee lifted or drop it down and take the arms to the sky. Right knee and ankle aligned, chin parallel to the ground. Now inhale, lift up, exhale, rotate to your right, spread fingertip to fingertip, look to your right hand. Inhale to lift. Exhale to your left side, look to your left hand. Inhale to lift. Exhale to your right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to your left. Inhale to lift it up, exhale, hold it there. So moving again into your rotation, left hand to the ground or onto a block to take the right arm up. Or if this feels quite comfy, option to find that prayer twist. Palms together, left elbow on the right knee. Always option to lift up the knee if it's dropped down or open the arms out into a full twist if you want to. So hugging the right thigh in, press that right foot firmly into the ground. Deep breaths here, massaging into your spine, your digestive system. And now slowly begin to bring yourself back down. Moving yourself into warrior one, so plant the left foot down, toes face almost forward, press down firmly to lift up through the body. Take care not to collapse into your lower back, so lift up through the spine. Can you draw your pelvis to face forward and press your feet firmly into the ground for strength? Big breaths here. Last couple of breaths. Now exhale, release the hands down to the ground. Again, make your way either into downward facing dog. You can shift back through a little vinyasa there if that's your normal practice. And let's meet in down dog. Soft knees. Sit bones to the sky. When you find downward facing dog, drawing your shoulders out and away from your ears. Ribs and belly to the spine. Let's take a nice deep breath through the nose to the belly. Exhale through the mouth to let it go. And now slowly start to soften your knees to the ground and let's find child's pose, Balasanas. Either knees together or wide, whatever you want to do. Just bringing yourself down, taking a couple of moments to breathe, to reflect, to observe. And most importantly, to rest. Dropping your tailbone down towards the heels of the feet. Elongating your spine. Breathing a little more deeply into the back of the body. Deep breath in to start to lift up. Again, we're going to come to the top of the mat. If you prefer to stand and step there, then go ahead. Or you can move through downward facing dog. So hips to the sky and then start to walk your feet forward. So bringing yourself into a forward fold and then softening your knees to start to roll yourself up to stand and find Tadasana. Coming back to your mountain pose. Spreading through your feet, plant the feet down and keep the knees soft. So we're going to extend the spine a couple of times now. Please be mindful of any lower back problem or any abdominal strain that you have. Really keep a bend in the knees and take it gently. So flip your palms to face away from you so we can open up the front of the body a little more. Inhale, take the arms to the sky, look to the hands, lengthen through the side of the body, and then exhale it down. So maybe feeling a stretch through the belly and the top of the pelvis. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. One more. Inhale to lift. And exhale it down. This time, inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, soft knees. Float yourself down. Bring yourself into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to release it. Step back on your left leg. Take it nice and wide so you can find warrior two. Right heel to left arch alignment. Open out through your chest. Stretch fingertip to fingertip. Bend your right knee over your right ankle. Make sure this thigh is working. So if your knee is rolling in, you might find it more comfortable to pick up your toes and make sure the arch of the foot is working. So really pressing down into those feet. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Option to stay here or inhale to straighten the right leg and then exhale, bend, bring the knee back over the ankle. Again, inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. One more, inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. Now nice deep side stretch, left fingertips to the left thigh, flip your right palm. Inhale, lifting it up, exhale, peaceful warrior, Shanti Virabhadrasana. Inhale to lift, exhale, warrior two, nice and slow. Inhale, straighten the right leg, we're going to move to triangle trikonasana. So if the hamstrings are tight, you might want to wiggle the feet together. Start to edge forward from your waistline, then bring your right fingers down towards either your shin, the ground, or the foot, looking up towards your left hand. Now remember, we're not aiming for the ground here, we're aiming for length through both sides. So wherever your right hand is, can you take it off and just make sure the body doesn't move? Maybe press up a little higher for some support. Keeping your right knee soft, take care of your ankle. Keep looking up towards those left fingers, last few breaths here. And now exhale, soften into your right knee and bring yourself back down into warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands down to the ground. Can we step back and find plank position? It's an option to bring the knees down if you want to for a half plank. Now bring your right hand to the middle of the mat and slightly further forwards. We're going to start to rotate into that Vashisthasana, your side plank. It's an option to have the right knee down and find a bit more support. Or step it all the way out, left foot on top of the right, or separate the feet, whichever you prefer. Now use your glute muscles, use your butt. Squeeze the thighs, engage the glutes, looking up to your left hand. Take care not to lock into your right elbow. Last couple of breaths here, mainly for me. And then exhale, slowly make your way back into your plank or your half plank. Take a nice deep breath as you exhale, either move into downward facing dog or you can shift through a little vinyasa there if it's your practice. So meeting in downward facing dog, hip bones towards the sky. As you exhale, we'll make our way to the top of the mat, so getting there however you prefer. In your forward fold and then softening the knees and slowly beginning to roll yourself up to stand. Finding that Tadasana again. Getting ready to extend the spine, so flipping the palms to face away from you, nice soft knees. Inhale, arms towards the sky, open your heart. Exhale, release it down. Again, inhale, look up towards the sky, open your heart. Exhale it down. And one more, inhale, taking it up. Exhale down, inhale, circle the arms up, exhale, soft knees to fold. Inhale for a half lift, Exhale, this time step back on your right leg into warrior two. I'm going to flip around. So check your left heel to right arch alignment. Press those feet down, then lift up through the chest. Extend fingertip to fingertip. So if you feel your left knee rolling inwards, lift up your big toe to create an arch in your foot. Press the outside edge of the right foot down so you really feel these leg muscles working to support your back. Option to stay here or inhale, straighten the left leg, pull up the thigh. Exhale, bend, knee over the ankle. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend. And one more, inhale to lift. Exhale to bend, warrior two. Right fingertips to the right thigh, flip the left palm. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, peaceful warrior, Shanti Virabhadrasana, left side stretch. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg, triangle pose. You can draw the feet in a little if you need to. Plant those feet down, edging forward from your waistline. Left fingertips down to wherever you feel your support. Right arm to the sky, looking up towards your right hand. Take care not to overextend that shoulder. Keeping the knees soft again, maybe taking the left hand away and make sure your oblique muscles are working and we're not collapsing down towards the ground here. Last few breaths. And now exhale, soft left knee to bring yourself back into warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Slowly begin to wimble the arms back down to the ground and bring yourself into your plank or your half plank with the knees down. Now bring the left hand to the middle of the mat and slightly further forwards. Again, option, you can drop the left knee down to open out, bringing yourself into your side plank, Vashisthasana, or you can step both feet together or separate them slightly if you want to. So take care not to open out the chest here. Make sure the shoulders and the hips stay stacked on top of each other. Keeping the left elbow soft. Last few breaths. Lifting the left side up. And then exhale, slowly start to bring yourself back into your plank or your half plank, making your way either through a little vinyasa or taking yourself into downward facing dog. Keeping the knees soft, sit bones to the sky, arms are strong so we don't collapse into the armpits. Now can we inhale, shift it forwards into plank or knees down for a half plank. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Bring in the fingertips to your temples, chest to the ground. Press down really firmly into your hips, your thighs and the tops of your feet so you know that your lower back is protected. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, open the arms, squeeze the pinky fingers to the body. Inhale, bring the hands back to the temples. Exhale, release it down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, down. Two more like that. Option to rest if you need to. Lift up as you inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, down. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Can we hold just for a couple of breaths? Squeezing those pinky fingers in, pressing the feet down to protect your back. Feeling the back work, the glutes work. And then inhale, fingertips to the head. Exhale, release it down. And let's just turn the head to one side for a moment. Resting the arms at the side of the body. Just taking a moment to relax, to breathe. Maybe feeling a little tingle or a shift of energy up through the spine. Now bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing up to the knees. We're going to come back into child's pose. And then either knees together or take them out wide, whatever feels good for you. Resting the head down to the ground, onto your hands, onto a block. So coming back to your breath, back to any intention you set for your practice. Now as you inhale, begin to walk the hands in, rolling yourself up. Okay, so we're going to really start to slow it down now, moving towards Shavasana, almost there. Bringing yourself down onto your back, bend your knees and bring your feet onto the ground. Bring your right ankle across the top of the left knee, or just down a little bit so it's on kind of the bottom of the thigh. And bring your right hand to your right thigh so you can gently start to press it away from you. So you might start to feel a stretch there through the hip. So maybe here is a good place for you to stay if the hip feels tight today. To take it a little further, you can draw the left leg in, either interlocking the fingers around the back of the thigh or over the shin. Or for those of you who have a bit more of a bendy practice, you can straighten the left leg if you want to, walking the hands up to grab hold of the ankle or the foot or the calf, whatever feels good for you. Keep flexing into your right foot, just make sure the ankle is protected, whichever variation you're taking. Breathing into that right hip, actively drawing the right knee away from your body. If your left leg is straight, then gently start to release the leg to bring it down and bring the left foot to the ground if you lifted the left foot. That was a tricky one to say. Bring the right foot down to the ground. Let's just give the knees and the hips a little rock side to side before we take it on the other side. So bringing your left ankle to your right knee now and bringing the left hand into the thigh, gently start to press it away from you. Again, if the hip feels quite tight, maybe just stay here and focus on that gentle opening this morning. If you want to take it a little deeper, maybe bringing the right thigh towards you. You can interlock the fingers around the back of the right leg or over the shin. Again, if you prefer to work a little deeper, you might want to straighten the leg, walking the hands up to grab hold of the foot, the ankle or the calf. Just see what feels good for you. It's inevitable that's going to feel more comfortable one side than the other, so ease off as you need to. If your right leg is straight, start to bend the knee, bringing it down, and then lower the right foot to the ground if it's lifted, and bring the left foot back down again, just having a gentle rock from side to side there. And let's give the knees a big hug towards the belly and continue that little rock from side to side, massage into the lower back. If you feel any point of the back where there's some muscular tension, you might want to just hold there a moment, press into it, encourage some fascia release. And now start to draw your knees out wide as if you're drawing them up towards your shoulders or your armpits. And then bring the arms along the inside of the legs to grab hold of your ankles or your shins. So you can stay here if you want to, or you can ease off and keep the hands on the knees. Or if you have Happy Baby in your practice, hands on the outside edge of the feet, arms on the inside of the legs, and under Balasana, Happy Baby. So wherever you are, you might want to have a little rock from side to side, whatever feels good for you this morning. Maybe being still. If you have the hands on the feet for happy baby, you might want to open the hamstrings and draw the legs back to straighten the legs. Just see what feels really good for you. Staying with the breath. Gently begin to draw the knees together. And we're going to close the practice down with a very gentle twist. So keeping the knees and the thighs drawn towards you to release your lower back. You can either bring the arms out in line with your shoulders for a T shape, or bring the hands underneath your head, whatever you feel is best for you. Slowly start to bring the knees down to the right side of the body, softening into your left shoulder. If you have a different variation here, maybe you prefer to straighten the legs or straighten your top leg, feel free to do that, or just take it nice and easy, ease off, maybe sending the knees a little further down away from the body if that feels good. Maybe turning to look to your left side. And taking your breath now into your left side, into your left lung, can you create a little more space there? Softening down into your shoulders and your legs just a little more here. And now gently as you inhale, we'll start to bring the legs back to center, maybe lifting the left leg and then the right. And when you feel ready, taking it over to your left side, so dropping down the knees to your left side, softening into your shoulders. Again, if you want to, straighten both legs, straighten one leg, whatever's in your normal practice, or just easing off, taking that nice gentle twist. Maybe looking to your right side, picking up the shoulders, so you can shuffle down into the ground a little more. Breathing into your right side now, into your right lung. As you exhale, can you find a little more relaxation through the body, softening into your shoulders, your thighs, your knees. Relaxing your ankles and your feet. Now as you inhale, start to draw back to center, so maybe drawing up the right knee first and then the left. And give both knees a big hug towards you, maybe bringing the head to the knees if that feels good. Any last movement you feel you want before you start to make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. So when you are ready, feet to the bottom of the mat, arms at the side of the body, and pick up your shoulders to wiggle the shoulders and the arms down away from your ears. Palms facing towards the sky, allowing your feet to be just a little wider than your hips. And when you feel ready, closing down your eyes. Allowing your breath to be natural, to be calm. Having a gentle scan from your head to your toes. Observing your body, observing how you feel, observing any changes from the beginning of our practice this morning. And now allowing yourself to begin to let go of your practice. Letting go of any challenges you felt, any achievements you felt you made. Just allowing yourself to let go. Maybe watching the rise and the fall of the belly. Maybe watching the space between your eyebrows just for a couple of minutes here. And with your next exhalation, allowing your body to completely relax into the ground. Gently start to breathe awareness back to your physical body. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe rocking your head from side to side. Stretching your arms back behind you, take a nice deep breath in, have a nice long stretch from your fingers to your feet. And now bend your knees and bring your feet to the ground. Keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. Start to roll yourself onto your right side and just rest there for a moment, maybe using your arm to support your head. And now keeping your eyes closed again if that feels comfortable. Slowly start to bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And when you find your seated position, just feeling the length through the body, noticing the space that you've created, feeling the energy flow. Bringing the hands together at heart center in a prayer position. Reminding yourself you can come back to your breath, come back to this energy whenever you need to through the rest of your day. And before we step off of the mat and into the afternoon, just draw to your attention something that you feel very grateful for right now. Turn your face into a smile to take into the rest of Sunday, and gently bow your head to your hands. Namaste.